Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chaz Man Show. My name is Chaz Riddle and this is episode number 7. Got a lot of things to talk about, guys, and hope you had a great holiday out there. Today is Friday, December the 28th. It's kind of a rainy, nasty day out there. I'm using a lot of natural light for this production. We'll see how this works out. I have my microphone on. I did a total show just a minute ago, about 20 minutes, and I forgot to turn the damn microphone on. Well, this is a living and learning type situation, so here we go. Okay, so for Christmas, I got a bunch of movie tickets. Go figure. AMC, Regal, and some more Regal. Well, I tell you what, I've seen 3 movies over the last 10 days. And I go to the early show. The ones at AMC are $6.22 for first runs, first movie of the day. And I saw Spider-Man Through the Spider-Verse. I saw Aquaman, and I saw Bumblebee yesterday. Okay, so there's the 3 movies. Now it's $18.66 I've spent on 3 movies. If I had joined AMC Stubs, I can join for $19.95 per month plus tax, which equals $21.45, and I can see 3 movies per week. So that's going to be the next investment. I'm going to use these, of course, but the next the next commitment I'll make is to the Stubs program. I like the idea of being able to see a lot of movies, because I do see a lot. And, how else am I going to do a report if I don't see the movies? Anyhow, so yesterday morning, I flipped a coin. I was either going to see The Mule starring Clint Eastwood, or I was going to see Bumblebee. Well, I flipped my coin, and I lost. It came up tails. I had to go see Bumblebee. Not that I'm against Bumblebee, but my expectations were so high because of all the other critics and things. I kind of set myself up for a fall, and I think that's what I got. Now, some of you guys are going to love this movie. It has a lot of good characters in it. I'll just say, I'll make a very broad statement. If you like cartoons, you will love this movie. And I tell you why, because all the people in it, including Bumblebee, we'll call him a person because he's kind of a character, is a caricature of a person. They never seemed real to me. And John Cena does something towards the end which really took me totally out of the thing. But then again, I'm not 17 years old, I'm not 16, I'm not 15. I wasn't expecting to see a cartoon. Now, it's not animated, but it just had the feel of a cartoon. So I looked at it and I realized this is the first movie of the Transformers franchise that is not directed by Michael Bay. It's directed by a guy named Travis Knight. Travis Knight directed Kubo and the Two Strings. He also directed Bumblebee. But more importantly, all his other IMDb credits are for animation, working in the animation department. I mean, he did the animation and directed for Kubo and the Two Strings. He also did Paranorman, Coraline, Moon Girl. In fact, I think as far as IMDb goes, I might have more credits on my IMDb page than he has. Then again, he's directing multi-million-dollar movies, and I'm not. So it's not the quantity of work, I get that. It's the quality of work. But in this case, the guy was, I guess, a great choice if you wanted to have that cartoon feel. Now, just to give you an idea about the breadth of this franchise and how it's going to get bigger. When Transformers came out, the first Transformers, the Rotten Tomatoes score was this. The critics gave it a 57% and the audience gave it 85%. Okay? And then Revenge of the Fallen came out, 19% and 57% respectively. Dark of the Moon, which I am in, 35%. And audience score 55%, Age of Extinction 18%, and 51% from the audience. Last Night 15% and 44%. Okay, so based on those numbers, okay, they invested $972 million into this product. They return on their investment $4.38 billion. So it's not going anywhere. So here's the kicker. Bumblebee opened up to a critic score of 93% and an audience score of 78%. So Bumblebee's not going anywhere. Movies and film are subjective. TV shows, everything is subjective. Okay? While I may not be a big fan of Bumblebee, the numbers speak for themselves. And it's not going to prevent me from going to see the next movie in this series, because this was supposedly taking place in 1987. It's a little yellow dune buggy. That's what he transforms into. And there's a nice surprise towards the end. There's some nice, for the fans, the big fans of the Transformers franchise and everything. They're gonna like this a lot. In fact, it's one of the things I really liked about it is that Hasbro produced the Transformer toys, and my kids played with them. So there's a built-in audience right there, and I think it's what they're doing. And hats off to them. My goodness, they're gonna make another $5 billion. That's for sure. Okay, so that's my review of Bumblebee. If you like cartoons, you'll love this. If you like the Transformers, great. I may not be a big fan, but then again, so what? I'm just one guy. Okay, now on to the email. I got an email from a guy named Rob Zombie 222. Now I'm pretty sure it's not the Rob Zombie who directed the Halloween movies or played in the band and all that good stuff. But okay, Rob says, Chaz, enjoy the show. If you could change one thing in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what would it be? I'll tell you very simply what I would change. I would make one little tweak, and that is I would whisper into Tony Stark's ear, hey pal, how about a parachute in your Iron Man suits? Now we're going to give you a break on the first Iron Man suit because you built it in a cave out of a box of scraps. And we'll even give you a pass on Mark II because you were so excited you didn't even run all the algorithms that Jarvis suggested you do before you even took that first flight. Remember your words? Jarvis, sometimes you got to run before you can walk. Whatever that means. But anyhow, you get to the altitude, and of course you have the icing problem when you fall, and Jarvis goes offline. And thank goodness you did build in some flares, so so the flares kind of helped you from falling, and the flaps came on, and then Jarvis rebooted, so you saved yourself. And then Rhodey in Iron Man 2 steals that Iron Man suit and gets it hammerized. It gets hammer tech on it, but he doesn't bother to add. He adds big guns, but he doesn't bother to add a parachute. So now we've seen Iron Man 1, 2, 3, a couple of Avengers movies, and we've seen Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming, his suit had a parachute. In the first part of Infinity Wars, Tony Stark tells Friday, because Peter Parker's running out of air on that donut-shaped spaceship. He's running out of air. Friday, after he gets the Iron Spider suit sent to him by that missile. Okay, so he says, "Okay, Friday, send them home," and the parachute deploys. Okay, but you're Tony Stark. You're one of the biggest geniuses on the earth. I mean, you've got Shuri, who lives in Wakanda. She makes the Black Panther suits. It's basically stealth technology there's no flying capabilities on the Black Panther suit. Not that Shuri couldn't put them in there, and you've got Reed Richards, who's another genius. So you've got the big brains in the world, but Tony Stark, this is what we're focusing on. Tony, put a parachute in your Iron Man suits. It would have come in real handy in Civil War because Vision was distracted and he was going to take out Falcon, but instead he misses and hits the arc reactor on Rhodey, and Rhodey falls to the ground and becomes paralyzed. Okay, so just to sum up, Tony, you've made 40 plus suits, plus all the ones you made for the Iron Legion, plus the Spider-Man suits, plus the rescue suit you made for Pepper, and who knows how many you made that just didn't, work out, so you dumped them, you didn't even fly them. Now you blew up a lot of them, but none of them had a parachute. So in summation, Tony, you've got everything, including the kitchen sink in your suits, but give yourself a parachute. And it can't be that hard. Okay, so if in the Infinity War Endgame there is time travel involved, I wonder if Tony goes back in time to save his mom and dad, because if he does, then the butterfly effect might come into hand, and the whole, if you change one thing in the past, it's going to affect the future, so a different outcome. So does Tony go back and save his parents, or does he go back and put a damn parachute in his suits? I think, just for continuity, the easier thing would be to put the parachute in. That's just me. Okay, now on to, so Rob, thank you for your question. That's what I would change. Okay, now the last thing is the lineup for Second Chance Saloon this Sunday night, December 30th. Starts at 7, $2 cores. The producer of the show is Stephen Tracy. The host of that night is going to be Stephen Baxley. And here's the lineup. It's about 20 people. So listen up for your name, everybody. Okay, Gavin Klosterman, Fernando Madrigal, Sandy Bernstein, Bernard Williams, Ray Ubila, me, Stephen Michael, Sam Cobb, Aaron Stevens, Noah Miller, Frank James is going to be there, Alexander Cow is going to be there, Michael Musa, Haley Hackett, Jeff Tobb, Salim, Donald Whitehead Jr. is going to be there, Jacob Rosales, Jack Kramer is going to be there, Jack Kammer is going to be, Parker Brown, Davion Williams, Chris Bernard, and Tom Myers. So a big show this Sunday night. Head on out. My gosh, what else are you doing? I mean, you've got the Ravens' last game, but after that, what you going to do? So come out and listen up to some funny people talking about who knows what. It's always a good time. Please come out. And if this is my last video before the New Year's, guys, I want to wish you the best of things for the new year, 2019. Time will sneak up on you, so don't let it get away. Make a list, check it twice, and then tell somebody what your goals are, because if you tell somebody, more than likely you're going to follow through because they're going to help you. Anyhow, my name's Chaz Riddle. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and please share this video, and we'll see you next time. Happy New Year.